Hey there, happy kombuchans. Today we're going to talk about how to make water kefir. Probiotic, very useful, very good for your stomach, well worth looking into. Very different to milk kefir in terms of flavour and taste, so it offers a nice alternative in that direction. Obviously doesn't use the milk element, so if that's something you need to consider, water kefir is the one to look at. First things to consider, with the water that you put in your jar, it needs to be fluoride free, so do check that, make sure that that's done. That's the first process you need to consider. You also need some ginger and lemon. When you're going to do this, the lemon when you first start is important because it helps the grains settle the pH in the beginning and helps them with the process. The ginger they just like, so a little bit of that, half a lemon, a little bit of ginger, that's great to see them on their way. The other thing to bear in mind is when you're bottling, use fermented bottles because the pressure of the drink is something that you have to consider. You don't want any explosions, so do use the right kit. Okay, so we've got our fluoride-free water, 65 to 70 grams of sugar, in we go. People often worry a little bit about the sugar. You don't need to, because a large majority of it gets eaten up by the grains. It's basically their food. So what you're getting at the other side when they've made the probiotic does not bear any resemblance to what you have just done when adding sugar to the water. So that's an element that isn't something you need to worry too much about. People often do, but when you consider the fact that you are making something so inherently good for you, there you are, and you're effectively giving the grains their food. So you get your water grains. Here they are. Nice bag of grains. In they go. And we should put them all in there. And they will sit down there. And that's really the first stage. Obviously we put the top on. You can close the top, but it's not hugely advisable because obviously of the build up, etc. You don't want to. So just place your top on there, rubber band, leave it for 24 to 48 hours. The grains will then eat the sugar, it's their way of surviving, and turn it into a probiotic drink for you. It's very important that even if you're not using the grains, you do keep them in sugared water and you do change the water every 24, 48 hours, etc. because that's how they live, that's how they survive, that's how they feed. So, you've gone your 24, your 48 hours, your grains have done their thing. At this point, you're going to sieve them through. You use the sieve to catch the grains so you don't lose them. So here you go. Essentially like so. There we are. We bottle up. Like this. And you'll carry on that process obviously until we are. There we are. Now, when you've done this with your 24 to 48 hours, you'll have your grains in your sieve, and you simply add more sugar to your water, add your ginger, your piece of ginger, add your half a lemon, put your grains back in, and you start the process again. And that is essentially how to make water kefir. If you have any questions, do give us an email or a call. happykombucha.co.uk. Thanks for listening.